Alright, so again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. No, we are now in the part 4, but chapter 2 for this, no, the recording process. Okay? So today class, I will discuss about the accounting. Accounting is specifically the rule of debit and credit, no? But before that, very important here to know, ano bang accounts, no? An account or chart of accounts to, no? An individual accounting records of increases and decreases in the specific assets, liability, or your owner's equity. No? And the company will have separate accounts for such items such as cash, salaries, expense, and accounts payable. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Lahat daw ay may chart of accounts. Your cash, or your AR, your accounts payable, your owner's equity. Okay? And because of the chart of accounts, very important here is the rule of your debit and your credit. Okay, ano bang ibig sabihin class ng debit and credit? Sa iba ang sabi, debit and credit daw ay debit daw is to increase while credit is to decrease. Tama naman 'yon, no? If you are referring to your assets, your expenses, and drawings. But if you are talking here of liabilities, equity, magkaiba yan, no? That's why the correct term is that the terms debit and credit, it means left on the part of the debit, credit naman if it is right side, no? So meaning to say the act of entering on the left side of an account is known as debiting the account. Okay? So in making an entry naman on the right side, it is crediting. Okay? And if the debit amounts exceeds your credits, an account has a debit balance. And the reverse is true, you have your credit balance. Ano ibig sabihin? Kung malaki daw ang debit side mo with your credit mo, for sure you have a debit balance. Ano yung mga may debit balance? All your assets, all your expenses, and your drawings have a debit balance. Ano naman yung may credit balance? All your liability, equity, and revenue have a credit balance. That's why class, very important also to know the basic form of accounts. No? In simplest form, the account consists of the title of the account, the left or the debit side, the right or the credit side. No? And the reason why it is known as the account later, I will discuss naman about the ledger. No? Or sa iba, tinatawag itong T account. Now, why T account? Di ba letter T siya? No? Title of the account, the left side or the debit side, the right or the credit side has a credit balance. Sige. Di ba ito yung ating kanina, no? Ito yung ating summary, no? Tabular summary compared to the accounting. If you notice last, yung tabular summary, yan yung kanina, no? We add, we minus, we simple adding and subtracting. Yung naman nasa right side mo ay yung account form. Ibig sabihin, ito yung usual, ito yung accounting. If you notice last, cash is part of your assets. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng positive or increase on the part of cash ay nasa debit. If you notice, di ba? Yung mga negative like 7,000, 600, 900, nasan? Nasa credit side. And that's accounting. Ibig sabihin, if it is cash or assets, the act of entering on the debit side is increase on the part of the assets. On the other side, credit naman is decrease. Later, we'll discuss about it, no? Okay. Alright. Next one. Halimbawa, cash is 15,000, no? The owner makes an initial investment of 15,000 to start the business. Okay? So, cash is debited and the owner's capital account is credited. Ibig sabihin, if increase on the part of cash, it is on the debit side or on the left side. Pag tayo naman ay nag-decrease, no? Monthly rent of 7,000 is paid, cash is credited, and rent expense is debited. If you notice, nasa credit side na ang cash. Ibig sabihin, decrease ang nangyari, no? That's why, if you have your cash of 15 and 7, cash is debited by 15 because there's an increase on the part of your cash, while 7 naman ay nasa credit because you pay for the expenses. That's why the balance now is 15 minus 7. Your balance is 8,000. Okay? Hopefully you understand, no? Okay. That's why very important is what you call the double entry system. So ano ba class ang ibig sabihin ng double entry system, no? In a double entry system, again as discussed during my part 1, debit should always equal to your credit. Okay? And they are made in the accounts for each transactions. Thus, total debits will always equal to your total credits. And we go back to the accounting equations. Ano ngayon? Assets is equals to liabilities plus your owner's equity. And also, please take note, very important is the normal balance. No? Every normal classifications has a normal balance, whether it is a debit or it is a credit. What do you mean of this? No? Ito yung kanina, no? Assets. If you notice class, in terms of the assets, increase ay nasa debit side. Okay? Decrease naman ay nasa credit side. If you notice, assets have a normal debit balance. Please take note of this, no? In terms of liabilities, increase naman ay nasa credit side while decrease ay nasa debit side. Meaning to say, normal balance of liabilities ay nasa debit side. But sir, baliktad, no? Because of the accounting equations we're in, you have your asset is equals to liabilities plus your owner's equity. Okay. How about your owner's capital? Same as your liability. The increase is on the credit side and the debit naman nasa credits. Debit decrease, no? Nasa debit side. Okay. Please take note of this, ha. This is the Bible of accounting, no? The normal balance. And next one is all about owner's drawing, no? Increase nasa debit side and decrease ay nasa credit side. Normal balance ay nasa debit. And also very important is your revenue and expenses. Please take note also of this, no? Decrease sa revenue ay debit, increase naman ay nasa credit. While expenses increase ay nasa debit, decrease ay nasa credit. Okay? If you notice, kung nasaan yung increase, nandoon ang normal balance. Kaya, di kayo malilito. Diba? Okay. To summarize everything about this, this is the extended basic equation of the debit and credit rules and effects. Please take note of this. Dapat alam nyo kung paano ito because we go back to our equation. Asset is equals to liabilities plus owner's equity. To enhance that one, you have your assets, liabilities, owner's equity, capital. You will minus your drawings, you will add your revenues, and you will minus your expenses. Assets increase debit side, credit ay nasa decrease nasa credit side. While liabilities increase ay nasa credit, decrease ay nasa debit. Owner's capital increase ay nasa credit, decrease ay nasa debit. Then you will minus your owner's drawing, increase ay debit, credit naman ay decrease. And you will add your revenue, increase ay nasa credit, decrease ay nasa debit. And we have our expenses, increase debit, decrease ay nasa credit. Please take note of this expanded basic equation and the rule of debit and credit. Pag hindi nyo to alam, kalimutan nyo na ang accounting. See you in my part 5 and I will discuss about journal entries and ledger. Bye-bye. Thank you.